tuning in with Dr. Leisha, the Preacha-OK. Well, guys, I was in conversation yesterday with two men at a family gathering. So I actually know these men. And while in conversation, it was brought up that men don't marry women because women are not emotionally mature. And what happened was one of their family members, these are two brothers, and one of their family members is recently engaged after 10 years of dating. 10 years of dating, have, children together and stuff like that. And now he decided to put a ring on it and marry this woman. And I'm happy. I mean, I'm happy for them. I just don't understand why it would take 10 years. You're living together, you got kids, you're doing the doggone thing anyway. I don't understand that. So I asked those guys, I said, okay, I can understand why men would say, no, I'm not going to marry this woman because she's not, mature enough or whatever. But why continue to have sex with her when she's not mature? Why? I mean, that's like being with a child to me, you know. But, regardless to a woman's age, if you don't think she's mature, she could be 30 years old. But if she's not mature, then she's like a child. She needs some development and some growth. But you're still sleeping with her, living with her, having kids, and all this stuff about while not being fully committed. So I said, well, why do men do this? The cat snatched both tongues. Well, you have to ask God that. I have to ask God about your behavior. The eternal deficit of mankind. The eternal deficit of mankind. We owe God because we are using his resources, benefiting off of his love, raising families without full commitment. The deficit, not obeying God, not obeying God is a deficit. Using his resources, his women, his children, his money the wrong way. This is just my opinion, guys. It's a theory, which means it has to be proven and tested and, tested and proven. I said, well, guys, think about it. If you meet a woman and you marry her on the front end, then all of her learning and maturing and having babies for you and loving you and all this stuff is accounted for. It's not gone to waste in God's eyes. Now, in your eyes, you're escaping something. You're avoiding some type of, really, it's payment to God, loyalty to God. So that's how I know when a man is godly or not. Me personally, I can't speak for the women. It's based on how he view himself, view his woman, and treat her. And it doesn't take a lot of time for that to be evident. It doesn't. You just have to, as an individual woman, or man nowadays, because it's legal for two men to get married now. It's it's in everyone's best interest. So when people say get to know your partner, it's not like just let enough time go by having dates and having a good time and then get married. No, it's to find out, how does this person treat other people as they obey God, as this person takes an account of their own judgment, their own judgment. So again, I was like, wouldn't it be better to pay to play? Like up front, make your payment of marriage up front, and then the two of you grow together. Because I was like, the same men that feel that these women are not mature and ready, what they're really admitting is that they're not mature and ready. They're not. But under the right circumstances, under the right payment plan, in God, in Most High, I believe man can commit and allow themselves to grow and that woman to grow in the safety of marriage, because it's legally protective, it's spiritually protective. It offers more protection. The same experience, but one offers obedience and protection from God and the other one doesn't. That's just my opinion. Please, feel free to engage with me on these conversations. Greatly appreciate it. You all be blessed. And just, again, something to think about. Weighing out the good and bad, the pros and cons of being married up front versus waiting 10, 20 years to get married. Some people are front end lovers, I guess, and some people are back end lovers. I don't know. All I lived was front end marriage. The two times I was married, both times, the two times that I was married, both times, was up front. And we played within the marriage, grew together until it ended. And then when it's over, then you settle up legally, spiritually, on all levels. Emotionally, you can settle up. Now, some people will leave the relationship without offering any type of real settlement. They just leave without any conversation, you know. So you can be legally married and a person is still holding out on you. But on the back end, it'll all get caught. It's accounted for on the back end. It can be, you know, monetized. It can be realized. It can be materialized. All right, guys. So that's my tidbit. The difference between how some women think and some men think. Because the women that are in these relationships with these men, they're in agreement. Whether they like how it feels or not, they're there and they're in agreement. So I don't know life any other way, but I think I might be finding out, guys. I'm not interested in legal marriage anymore. I mean, it has to be this time after two marriages. After 32 years, I kind of learned. I learned the good and bad of legal marriage from beginning to end. From beginning to end. An end does not have to end in physical death. Just because a marriage doesn't end in physical death, somebody died and went in a casket, doesn't mean that the marriage did not end. It had an ending. And that ending can be learned from. There are plenty of lessons. In any beginning of a marriage, there are plenty of lessons to learn during the marriage, and there are plenty of lessons to learn at the end of that marriage, regardless of that marriage ending in physical death or not. There are lessons to learn. And that's why I scrape my two marriages. The first marriage is, there's really not much to scrape there, but I do refer to it on this channel. But, it to me, it went, the beginning, middle, and end went successful. It went as anticipated. It made sense. All of that to me. My second marriage, as comparison from start, middle, and finish, it was just disastrous. It was a disaster. Even though we had good days. I mean, we had, plenty of money, went on vacations, and, it had fun times. But it was very disastrous. And the first marriage was not perfect, but it's not about perfection. It's about what did you learn and how much time did you invest in it, and did you know how to hold and fold according to Most High. So that's why I use my two marriages in comparison to also explain the eternal deficit of mankind while I'm in conversations with both women and men, people I know, people I don't know, you know, just kind of mix it all up to finish a complete picture that I'm puzzling together. And I am hanging this picture on the wall when it's complete one day, and it will be titled The Eternal Deficit of Mankind. We owe Most High. We owe Him. Period. All right, guys. Be blessed and go out there, be fruitful, multiply, obey Most High. Bye.